Hey guys, Casey Stutzman here. Today I want to take a look at what should be happening in the ankle when we're moving into a lateral bound. So lateral bound is really tricky because it's a frontal plane movement, but the leg action, the deceleration, is in the sagittal plane. So we need to be thinking both. We need to be stable in the frontal plane, but we also have to decelerate in the sagittal plane with just good single leg squat mechanics. So here's how most people tend to land when we go into that. Now when we're in plantar flexion, anatomically the structure of the ankle is very weak. When we're in dorsiflexion, it's very strong. So the trick becomes keeping the toe pointing forward so that we can have good sagittal plane squatting mechanics on the deceleration while providing as much stability as possible for the ankle in the frontal plane. So what most people do, because they lack stability in the frontal plane, we're going to look at the screen on the left here first, is you're going to see as I'm starting to land on this one, see how the foot is turned way out? Now keep in mind, if I'm moving from left to right, my left to my right, there's a direction of force going that way. So when that happens, if my body doesn't feel comfortable stabilizing in that ankle, what it naturally does is it's going to turn that foot out, so that way it's going to have more base of support in the direction of force. So that way I have a little bit more base on the landing. The problem with that is now I'm landing into plantar flexion. So you can see that the toe is landing first. So this is a really unstable position for the ankle, and we're really unprotected on the outside of the ankle. That's when it's really easy to turn and roll that ankle. Plus, now when I go into my landing, you can see that foot is turned out, which is going to mess up my squatting mechanics. So when my toe is forward, I'm going to have a much better job triple flexing in that leg to absorb force. So that's going to kind of throw everything else off. The other big thing that you're going to notice is when I land, now again, I'm moving from left to right. As I touch down right there, already notice that there is a force pushing this way. You can also notice that because I'm landing on the outside of my foot, that force is on the outside of my foot. So there's no place else for it to go. So if I'm taking on too much, it instantly and easily can roll that ankle over to the outside because there's no way for it to flow. And you can see that it stays on the outside of the foot the whole time. Now, let's look at how it should be if I want this to be successful. So as I'm going to come down now, notice right here, I'm already in dorsiflexion. See that toe is pulled up towards that shin, so that foot is nice and flat. Notice how the toe is pointing forward, so it's straight ahead. Now as I land, I want you to see right there. So instead of landing with the toe, I'm actually going to dig and drive with the inside of the heel. So right there, that inside of the heel is the first point of contact on the ground, keeping me into dorsiflexion. Next, I'm going to anchor my big toe down. So inside the heel, the big toe. Now the cool thing about this is you can see right now all of the weight in this landing is on this side of the foot, right on the inside of the foot. Now watch what happens as that momentum starts to continue to carry me. It just gently transfers to the outside of the foot. So now I'm a little bit more flat-footed and I'm in a nice solid area, nice solid plane, but I still have strong connection and continuity down to the inside of the foot. So instead of all the weight being on the outside of the foot where I can roll the ankle, it's distributed evenly throughout. Also, you can see my toe is pointing forward, so that's really going to help with my squat mechanics and help with that deceleration as I go through that landing. It's also much easier now to transfer force back through the inside of the foot and triple extend off that big toe in order to propel away. I would also like you to take note that I did wear these socks special just for this video, just to give it a little bit extra flair. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Look forward to seeing you next time.